What's up, YouTube? Today I'm making a video while I'm playing not Capcom versus Marvel, but Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. I'm going to be talking about a couple of things pertaining to handheld gaming. Alright, there's three systems that I want to get. Actually, four. Let's say four. Alright, there's the GPD Win, there's the GPD XD, there's the JXD Singularity, and then there is the no, that's it. That's the JXD Singularity. That's it. So, oh no, the Nintendo Switch, right? So those are all the. See, the GPD is an Android tablet, right? The GPD XD. The GPD Win is a Windows 10 gaming tablet. It looks exactly like the GPD XD, and the GPD XD looks exactly like the 3DS XL. So the GPD Win almost looks exact. It's the same shape and form factor, but it actually has a full keyboard. So it's like a full functioning, like a netbook, almost like a laptop in your pocket, right? So there's that, and then there's the JXD Singularity, which is another Android tablet, but this one has the K1 Tegra processor, kind of like the NVIDIA Shield and the upcoming Nintendo Switch. And it kind of looks like the Nintendo Switch, but only difference is that it doesn't have detachable controllers. So just imagine a Nintendo Switch without detachable controllers, right? The controllers, they're a part of the tablet. And with all these devices, they can be hooked up to the TV or they can be taken on the go. So this cannot be the main selling point of the Switch. Only thing the Switch has to really separate itself from these uh, other handheld gaming devices that are out right now that I want to get, and they're all pretty much about around $300. Only thing the Nintendo Switch has to make itself really stand out is the fact that you have to buy games. Like, you don't download any game, you have to buy all the games, and it has detachable controllers. So far, I don't know. I mean, it's Nintendo, so it's gonna be a new Nintendo. So it's gonna have all the greatest games coming out. You know, that Breath of the Wild, you know, that new Mario Kart, that new Smash Brothers, whatever. And I'm not gonna buy a Wii U, so I'm just not gonna do it. Maybe I'll get a 3DS, but why would I do that when the Switch is going to be a handheld device? So I'm not gonna waste my money on getting that either. I've been playing on cell phones and tablets, but I cannot continue to do that because I want to play these top tier games, and it's the Nintendo games that I want to play, like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart. But I just don't want to get those silly looking systems. And this seems like it's a return, right? It's a return of Nintendo back to those glory days of when they were just a regular system like the Super Nintendo, you know, the NES, the Nintendo 64. Actually, the Nintendo 64 was their kind of breakout moment. That's the system that made them change their format. The controller was just weird as hell, but everybody loved it. I mean, I loved it, but then there was like some people that had like there was tension in the air, and that's where PlayStation came out. PlayStation came out because everybody was not feeling Nintendo, but it still, was the top system of the time. But PlayStation, kind of slowly itched its way in there, and did with the advent of the PS2, they just kind of took over. But Nintendo is the system that I want to play because it's the one that I grew up with, and for them to have these silly systems like the Wii and the Wii U, even though the Wii, I know everybody says the Wii, sold all this, it sold so well, But those people who bought it are not real gamers. And the games, I don't know. I know people who bought the Wii U and they just sit there and they just use it to watch Netflix. And it's like I know these people. They're not people who buy game systems. They bought it because it was something that you can stream Netflix on. I really believe that's what it was for. People bought it just because of that reason, and I lost talking about. But anyway, the the point that I'm trying to make is I am rooting for Nintendo in this fight for my $300. But there has to be bundled with a game, and it can't be just a little sampler game. It has to be a full on game. You know, full on double rainbow. I need to see Mario, just like I did with the Nintendo 64. They had Mario as a bundle, as the real game, Mario 64, and then they had Donkey Kong as a bundle. They had real games as bundles. None of this bullshit. I don't want no little cheap sample game so I can test out the hardware. I need a real game. Bundle it with Zelda if you have to. Bundle it with Mario Kart if you have to. Bundle that shit with something that I'm gonna want to play. Because if I have to spend $300 for this tablet, I'm gonna want a game right off the box, and I don't want to have to buy another game. I want the game right off the box because with the GPD Win, this offers me something different than just a handheld gaming tablet. The GPD Win is a laptop with gaming capabilities. I can play all the games I want to, and then look at him in the shot, in the shot. Anyway, I'm not I'm not. He just made me lose my whole train of thought. I'm not. I want the GPD Win because it's a laptop. I have a need for a laptop. I can make documents with a laptop. I can do other things. I can work with a laptop, but a gaming system is just a gaming system. So I don't know. They haven't really released all the details, but hopefully it'll be able to run like a tablet or a laptop. It won't be just a gaming system, just a toy. If it's just a gaming system, it's just a toy, then the price needs to be $200. It needs to be $200 if it's not bundled with a game, and if it's bundled with a game, $250, another $50 for another controller. That'd be $300 for what I need to do with that. But if it's not that, and they come out with something that I'm sorry, the JXD Singularity looks nice to me. It does. I like it. But it was really my choice was gonna be the GPD Win or the GPD XD. Only reason I think the controllers for the GPD XD is better than the GPD Win. But get this. The system of the GPD Win is better because it has Bluetooth and it has a better processor. It has a Intel Cherry processor, and the GPD XD is just basically an Android phone with inside of a 3DS clamshell case, But it, I like it. I really do like it, but it doesn't have any Bluetooth capabilities, so it's just like everything is gonna be wired to it. And then the JXD is just too big and bulky, but it's a beautiful system. I mean, it's something I would love to play, the JXD. And then you got the Nintendo Switch, which it's not as big and bulky as the JXD, but it's still kind of big at 6 inches. So I don't know. They may come out with other apparatuses. Like I seen in the trailer, they had something that you can click it into a side where it was like you playable in the back seat. The thing that was on the headrest. Now that's interesting to me now, because I play my games on the Mocha Pro controller. So if you can click it into something like that, you can click it into another controller, making it kind of like the Nvidia Shield almost, like with the controller on it. Or maybe they should come out with a newer version that's like a more of a clamshell version, so you can close it and put it in your pocket. Because this whole thing with the controls on the side is making it a little bit too big. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I just need to put it in my pocket. If I can put it in my pocket, that's what the GPD Win is. I can fold it, put it right in my pocket. That's what it needs to be. I'm out.